Did you know that a heart attack almost never comes completely out of the blue? Your body actually sends you warning signs weeks, even months before disaster strikes. Millions of people collapse suddenly from a heart attack every year. What they don't realize is their body was doing everything it could to warn them. A strange fatigue, a fleeting discomfort in your chest, or even an unexplainable sense of anxiety. These can all be silent SOS signals from your heart. The scariest part? Up to 80% of heart attacks are preventable if we recognize the early signs and act fast. In today's video, we're going to reveal 8 crucial warning signs that can appear a month or so before a heart attack. Signs you simply can't afford to ignore. Some may seem harmless, but overlooking them could be a fatal mistake. And sign number 1 is something many people dismiss, but it could be the final alarm before a heart attack hits. Before we dive in, I'd love to know where you're watching from today. Drop a comment below and feel free to ask any questions you have. And remember to subscribe and turn on notifications, because life-saving health information like this could protect you or someone you love. Let's kick things off with sign number 8, indigestion or heartburn. Most people chalk heartburn up to just a minor digestive issue, something caused by a big meal, spicy food, or too much coffee. But what if that burning sensation in your chest isn't coming from your stomach? What if your heart is trying to warn you about something far more dangerous? Indigestion, like discomfort, can sometimes be an early warning sign of a heart attack, especially in people who don't experience the classic crushing chest pain. The tricky part is that acid reflux and heart-related chest pain can feel almost identical. Both can cause a burning sensation or pressure in your chest, and both can happen after you eat. But while heartburn is triggered by stomach acid, heart-related discomfort happens when blood flow to your heart is restricted, causing it to be deprived of oxygen. Your body doesn't always make it easy to tell the difference. The heart and stomach share nerve pathways, so when something's wrong with your heart, your brain can misinterpret the signals, making you feel like you have indigestion. This is especially true for women, diabetics, and older adults, whose heart attack symptoms are often more subtle. So how do you know when to worry? If your heartburn comes with nausea, a cold sweat, dizziness, or pain that radiates to your jaw, arm, or back, don't brush it off. These could be signs that your heart is struggling, and waiting too long could be fatal. Sign number 7, unusual fatigue. Imagine waking up in the morning feeling more tired than when you went to bed, even after a full night's sleep. Suddenly, everyday tasks like carrying groceries or just making it through the day feel incredibly difficult. You might think it's just stress, getting older, or having a busy life. But what if that deep exhaustion is telling you something more serious? This type of fatigue isn't like normal tiredness that gets better with rest. Instead, it sticks around, sometimes for days or even weeks, and tends to get worse over time. You might feel completely drained even after simple activities like taking a shower or making the bed. Some people describe it as feeling like they have the flu, but without the fever or stuffy nose. The link between fatigue and heart health lies in the circulatory system. When your heart isn't pumping efficiently, blood flow to your muscles and brain is reduced, causing weakness, dizziness, and mental fogginess. The body compensates by diverting blood to essential organs, which is why your arms and legs might feel particularly weak or heavy. The poorer the blood flow, the more exhausted you feel, even if you aren't exerting yourself. Many heart attack survivors say they experienced unusual fatigue for weeks before the event, but dismissed it as nothing. Don't make that mistake. Your body is talking to you. Don't wait until it's too late to listen. Sign number 6, sleep disturbances. You lie in bed exhausted but restless, unable to fall asleep even though your mind is calm. Night after night, you toss and turn, sometimes waking up gasping for air or jolting awake for no reason. It's frustrating, but you chalk it up to stress, age, or a bad sleep cycle. Sleep disturbances, especially difficulty falling asleep, frequent awakenings during the night, or feeling unrefreshed even after a full night's sleep, can be early warning signs of heart problems. Most people don't connect poor sleep with heart disease, but the link is profound. When your heart isn't functioning properly, your body struggles to regulate blood pressure and oxygen levels, both of which play crucial roles in sound sleep. One of the most concerning issues is a condition called nocturnal hypoxemia, where oxygen levels drop during sleep. This can happen due to reduced blood flow from narrowed arteries, making it difficult for your heart to circulate oxygen efficiently. Your brain detects the problem and triggers microarousals, brief moments of wakefulness you might not even remember, but that disrupt your sleep cycle, leaving you exhausted the next day. Another overlooked factor is the role of the autonomic nervous system, which controls involuntary body functions, including heart rate and blood pressure. When the heart is stressed due to an underlying blockage or an impending cardiac event, this system can become overactive at night, causing surges of adrenaline and making it difficult to relax into deeper sleep. This explains why many people experience sudden awakenings, vivid nightmares, or even a racing heart when trying to sleep in the weeks leading up to a heart attack. Sign number 5, mild shortness of breath. You're walking up a flight of stairs, something you've done 1,000 times before. But this time, something's different. Halfway up, you suddenly feel winded, like you've just run a marathon. You pause for a moment, trying to catch your breath, but the air doesn't come as easily as it should. Maybe it's just exhaustion, maybe you're out of shape, or maybe it's something far more serious. Mild shortness of breath is often overlooked as an early sign of heart issues. Many people assume that breathing problems are caused by lung problems like asthma or a cold. But the heart and lungs are closely linked. When your heart struggles to pump blood, your lungs have to work harder to help you breathe, which can lead to unexpected shortness of breath. The key difference between normal shortness of breath and heart-related shortness of breath lies in when and how it happens. If you're out of breath after an intense workout, that's normal. But if you suddenly find yourself gasping for air during everyday tasks like walking, climbing stairs, or even talking, that's a red flag. In some cases, shortness of breath can even happen while resting or lying down, forcing you to sit up in the middle of the night just to breathe properly. This is because fluid can build up in the lungs when the heart isn't pumping efficiently, a condition called pulmonary congestion. This symptom is particularly dangerous because it tends to creep up slowly. At first, you might notice mild shortness of breath during exertion, but over time, it takes less and less activity to make you feel winded. Many people dismiss it, believing it's just aging or lack of exercise. But when shortness of breath gradually gets worse with no explanation, it often points to an underlying heart problem. Sign number 4, pain or discomfort in the jaw or neck. Jaw or neck pain is a heart attack symptom that people tend to miss. Even though many people are aware of the severe chest pain that can accompany heart issues, discomfort in the jaw, throat, or neck often doesn't make people think of heart problems. As a result, many people might dismiss it as something unimportant, failing to realize that it could actually be a serious warning from their heart. Heart-related pain can sometimes show up in surprising places like your jaw, neck, or even your teeth. This happens because the heart doesn't have pain receptors like other parts of the body, such as the skin or muscles. Instead, when the heart is in distress, such as when there isn't enough blood flowing through it, it sends signals through a nerve called the vagus nerve. This nerve travels from the brain down the chest and into different areas of the upper body. Therefore, the brain may mistake heart pain as coming from your jaw or neck. Another tricky aspect is that this type of pain can come and go. One day you might feel a dull ache in your jaw, and another day you might notice stiffness in your neck. Sometimes the discomfort might even disappear for a while, only to return when you're feeling stressed or after some physical activity. This on and off pattern can make it easy to brush aside until it becomes really serious. So how can you tell if your jaw or neck pain might be a warning sign from your heart? If the pain comes on suddenly, feels different from what you're used to, or is accompanied by other symptoms like shortness of breath, nausea, dizziness, or fatigue, don't ignore it. If the pain gets worse when you're active but better when you rest, it could be a serious sign like angina, signaling that your heart isn't getting enough blood. Sign number 3, dizziness, or lightheadedness. You're going about your day when suddenly the world tilts. A wave of dizziness washes over you, and for a moment you feel completely unsteady. Maybe it's just dehydration. Maybe you stood up too fast. But then it happens again. You feel lightheaded, almost like you might faint. It passes after a few seconds, and you shake it off. But what if these fleeting dizzy spells aren't as harmless as they seem? One of the early indicators that your heart isn't healthy can be feeling suddenly off balance or faint. It's essential to pay attention to these sensations because they could suggest that your heart needs some help. Your heart pumps oxygen-rich blood to every part of your body, including your brain. If your blood flow is restricted, such as when your blood vessels are narrowed or if there is a problem with your heart, your brain may not get enough oxygen. This can make you feel dizzy or as though you might pass out even when you're not doing anything strenuous. Some people describe it as feeling weak, as if their body wants to give up, while others feel a strange floating sensation, almost as if the ground is moving beneath them. Unlike dizziness caused by dehydration or sudden changes in posture, heart-related dizziness tends to occur out of the blue. It doesn't always follow a predictable pattern, and it can happen when you're sitting, standing, or even lying down. So, how do you know when dizziness is a cause for concern? If you experience repeated episodes of lightheadedness for no apparent reason, or if it's accompanied by other symptoms like fatigue, shortness of breath, or chest discomfort, don't brush it off. Your body is giving you a warning, and the sooner you listen, the higher your chances are of preventing a life-threatening heart attack. Sign number 2, pain in the upper back or shoulder. You stretch your shoulders trying to shake off the nagging ache that's settled across your upper back. Maybe you slept wrong. Maybe you've been sitting too long. You roll your shoulders, hoping the discomfort will pass. But it doesn't. Instead, it lingers, creeping into your shoulder blades, sometimes even radiating down your arm. It's annoying, but not unbearable. Pain in the upper back or shoulder can be an early and overlooked warning sign of a cardiac event. Unlike the sharp pain of an injury, heart-related discomfort often feels like a deep, radiating pressure or tightness. This happens because the nerves that transmit pain signals from the heart don't always send them directly to the chest. Instead, they can spread to other areas, including the back, shoulders, neck, and even the arm. Some people are at higher risk of experiencing upper back pain as a warning sign of a heart attack. Women, diabetics, and older adults are more likely to feel discomfort in areas other than the chest. People with high blood pressure, high cholesterol, or a history of smoking are also at higher risk. If you fall into any of these categories and notice unexplained back or shoulder pain, don't dismiss it. It's always better to be cautious and check with a doctor if you're unsure. Sign number 1, mild chest discomfort that comes and goes. Intermittent chest discomfort is one of the most dangerous yet often ignored signs of an impending heart attack. The key word here is intermittent. It doesn't always feel severe and it doesn't always stick around. Instead, it comes and goes, leading many people to believe it's nothing serious. But what's really happening inside the body is far more alarming. When blood flow to the heart is restricted, the heart doesn't get enough oxygen for short periods. This can make it hard for the heart to pump effectively and do its job. This condition is called angina, causing discomfort, not always pain, but a feeling of tightness, pressure, or even heaviness in the chest. Unlike a heart attack, angina is only temporary. The discomfort might last for a few minutes, then disappear when the heart gets enough oxygen again. That's why so many people ignore it. But here's the danger. Angina isn't a harmless symptom. It's a direct warning that a heart attack is on its way. At first, you might only notice the discomfort during physical exertion, walking uphill, carrying groceries, or even when you're feeling stressed. It goes away when you rest, making it easy to dismiss. But over time, as the arteries become more blocked, the discomfort starts to appear with less effort. Eventually, it can happen even when you're sitting still. When that day arrives, You might have only hours or minutes left before your heart is pushed beyond its limits. Another reason this symptom is so deadly is because it doesn't always feel like pain. Some people describe it as a tightness in the chest, as if a band is squeezing around them, a heaviness, as if something is sitting on them, a burning sensation, mistaken for heartburn, a fullness or discomfort, almost like bloating in the chest. And sometimes it's not even in the chest. It can radiate to the arm, shoulder, neck, jaw, or even the upper back. If the discomfort becomes more frequent, lasts longer, or occurs along with symptoms like dizziness, nausea, cold sweats, or shortness of breath, don't wait. By the time the pain becomes intense and constant, you might already be in the midst of a full-blown heart attack. Proper preventative measures. A heart attack doesn't happen unexpectedly. It is the result of years of silent damage. You have the power to prevent it. Every choice you make today affects your heart tomorrow. Your diet either fuels disease or fights it. Cut out processed foods, trans fats, and excess sugar. Instead, nourish your body with whole foods, vegetables, lean protein, and heart-healthy fats like olive oil and fish. Each meal is a chance to protect your arteries. Exercise isn't just about fitness, it's about survival. Your heart is a muscle, and if it doesn't exercise, it weakens. Even a brisk 30-minute walk each day can slash your risk. Too much sitting time to change that. Stress is a silent killer. Chronic stress raises blood pressure, constricts arteries, and inflames the body. Learn to manage it through meditation, deep breathing, or simply setting boundaries. Your heart needs peace as much as it needs oxygen. Smoking and excessive alcohol consumption are destroying your heart from the inside. Quit smoking now. Every cigarette damages your arteries. Drink alcohol in moderation. The harm accumulates faster than you think. Silent killers like high blood pressure, cholesterol, and diabetes must be controlled. Regular checkups can save your life. If you don't track these numbers, you can't control them. The fate of your heart isn't predetermined. It's shaped by your daily actions. Start today. Your future depends on it. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button. It really helps us bring you more. Drop a comment down below and let us know your thoughts, questions, or what topics you'd like us to cover next. We absolutely love hearing from you. And of course, smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest health tips and insights. Stay informed, stay healthy, and we'll catch you in the next video.